is up, guys? Welcome back to Lemon's Garage. We got an exciting video for you guys today. As you can see, we got our new Mishimoto Radiator in. We got a thermostat. The MR2 is overheating, so we want to go ahead and fix that before summer hits us and it gets pretty hot, because then we don't know what's going to happen to the car once it overheats. Alright guys, so basically the tools that we're going to need for this project is a ratchet, a 10-12 millimeter socket, breaker bar, the jack stand, and the jack so we can actually lift up the car as the thermostat is underneath the engine in the back. We need the radiator, the new coolant, as well as we're going to need this catch can for that coolant because we don't want any of that to be on our driveway. Other than that, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing that we're going to do, we're actually going to go ahead and disconnect the battery because since we're going to be working on the thermostat, we don't want any of those components to be working and turned on while we're messing with them, because it could close on you, and if your finger's stuck in there, there's no way you're going to get that out. So like we said, just going to remove this battery first. Put this to this. Cool, got that disconnected. Now we can go ahead and start on the car. We're going to go ahead and move to the front. Alright guys, so to get to the radiator, we're going to go ahead and remove this top cover. Put it off to the side. Then, to actually remove the bonnet, we're going to have to remove these two bolts here, these two bolts here. Right out. Alright, and as you can see, we got the fan and the radiator right here. What we're going to do as well with it, just because the bumper is all messed up, we're actually going to go ahead and take this bumper off. We're going to fix that in a later video, but yeah, we'll go and take this off and show you what to do next for this radiator. We're going to have to remove two screws on each side, this side and that side. We already got those removed. Now we just got to take out these bolts right here, just 4 of them. Let's just go and do that. Alright, so we got the bumper off. Last things last, we got to get these things off here so we can actually get the radiator exposed itself. Same thing, just 2 nuts. I'm going to go ahead and take those off. Put these ones up here. Set that aside. Cool. Now we got the radiator fan and the radiator right here. Now what we got to do is we're going to take off these brackets right here that are holding down the radiator. We're going to have to take off these 2 bolts here from the fan so we can actually remove it from the radiator as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and use a 12 millimeter. We're going to go ahead and take these 2 off. These brackets off. They are labeled left and right, as you can see, so if you get confused, just look at that. They'll let you know. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take these bolts off for the fan. Let's go ahead and switch back. So we're going to go ahead and untighten these so we can get the radiator flushed out all the way. Whenever you change the radiator or drain the fluids, you always want to make sure that the car isn't hot, like you haven't been driving it, just because that fluid does tend to give you 3rd-degree burns if you've been driving it for a while. So always make sure that your engine's cooled. Let's go and release the second one. I should have my gloves on, but I forgot to put them on, so we'll put them on in a second. So now that we got those ones out, we're actually gonna go back up top. We're gonna go ahead and release the pressure on it so it can start flowing better, which we can do right here. We're gonna release this one right here, this little knob. You don't want it all the way out, you just want it slightly open. As you can see, it's starting to go faster. We're gonna go ahead and release this one up top. And get a screwdriver. This right here. Same thing with this, you want it slightly opened. You don't want it all the way off, you just want that air to be able to flow through. Now we just wait for the radiator to flush. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and take out the fan. We have two clips here, one connector here, one connector that plugs in here, and then we do have the harness connector that plugs into the bottom of it. Want to make sure you get all those out. Now you can just slide it right out. There's our fan. We're actually not going to change out the fan right now. We just need to put the new radiator in. Once we actually get everything working as it's supposed to, we'll change out that fan for like a sports fan, so we can actually do some real work with this car. Now, it looks like the radiator is flushed out. We'll go ahead and take a look around at the tank. So we went ahead and took off the cap for the reservoir tank as well. If you can see inside of there, there's nothing left. So we're gonna go ahead and go right back to the front. Cool. And no matter how much fluid you get out, we're gonna go ahead and take out this radiator. There's still gonna be some left in there. So we're gonna go ahead and move that catch can here in a moment. Take out these tubes to the radiator, and then we'll go ahead and throw in the new radiator. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take out these hoses. So we got these clamps here. Go ahead and remove those. It's a little bit stuck. Get as tight as possible on them. Slip them out of the way. You don't got to move them that far down, just enough to get them off of the neck of the radiator plugs. Right there. Go ahead and pull this off. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull this hose off. Let's give it a couple twists. Cool. Alright, as you can see, we got that radiator out. Put it to the side there. It was actually a pain to get out. Some of the hoses were super tight in the corner. But it's out now, so we're going to go ahead and open up this new one and see what we got. Yeah, look at that. Set it on the side. Look at that one, man. Let's compare the two. Dang. If you listen closely, you'll hear the sound of the angels. Let's go and throw this thing in. So the radiator won't fit in here. It is thicker than the original one, so we're gonna have to go ahead and cut this piece off. As you can see, we already started on there. So we're gonna cut a little bit more off and get to it. So we removed the compressor. There's 2 bolts on the bottom, 1 on the top. We accidentally took out 1 bolt on accident. That was for the line for the Freon. So we have no more Freon in the car, but that's okay because now we can actually get to the thermostat, which is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this bolt. There's another bolt on the other side, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove it and then replace it with a new one. For now, since we haven't turned on the car yet, we're just gonna fill this up until we no longer see that it's gonna overflow, like right when it gets to that point. So we're using a 50-50 mix, which is already half coolant, half like distilled water, so we don't have to do any measures to make sure that we're using the right amount. We want to go ahead and turn this all the way to the highest setting possible, and then our actual blower, we want to put it on the lowest setting possible. That'll actually get everything working, and that'll get that thermostat working as well, so we know how much coolant we actually got in there. So we're gonna let it run for a little bit. We're gonna check to see to make sure that all the coolant is flushing through, and if we're good to go, then we're gonna go ahead and give it a test. All right, so it started to overheat a little bit. We're putting more coolant in, checking it, making sure that the water or the coolant was going down. As you can see, something blew. So we got a huge coolant leak. So we're gonna go ahead and wait till the morning, see what we can figure out about this, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we got the radiator back in the MR2. Car's running perfect now, no overheating problems at all. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, what you guys think we should do next to the car. And as always, stay sweet, not sour.